Every day, we come face to face with a simple choice that could affect the way we live, our health, lifestyle, and many other things. We decide whether to recycle or not. Meet our regular guy. We'll call him Joe. Now, Joe's going about his everyday life like most of us do, cleaning up his world, but not realizing that what he's doing is really trashing the world around him with items that could be put to good use instead of overcrowding our landfill space. Sure, it looks like just a little, but when Joe doesn't recycle, it sets an example. And the next thing you know, his neighbor doesn't recycle, and their friends don't, and their neighbors don't, and it adds up to tons of stuff and to acres of lost San Diego land that could have been saved. By throwing away items that can be recycled, Joe and many of us add to a growing problem and a growing pile of garbage. Our landfills are getting very crowded. In fact, in San Diego, we fill up a stadium worth of space with trash every 2 weeks. If this continues, we'll fill up the city's Miramar landfill by the year 2012. The good news is, it's not too late for Joe and the rest of us to reverse this trend. We can extend the life of our landfills and preserve the pristine beauty of our natural resources with the City of San Diego's easy-to-use recycling programs. Each time you recycle, you're doing your part to divert waste from San Diego's landfills, increase their lifespan, and preserve San Diego's landscape for the future. But it all starts with you and thinking about the big picture before you toss that one little item in the trash. The City of San Diego provides regular curbside collection service to over 275,000 customers. All collected recyclables are sent to one of two MRFs, or material recovery facilities. Conveyor belts, manual picking lines, disc screens, air classification, magnetic separation, and an eddy current separator then sort and resort the materials into multiple categories, including plastic bottles, glass jars and bottles, metal and aluminum cans, foil, and paper. Sound complicated? Don't worry. The only thing you and Joe need to remember is that you can recycle all of your paper, cardboard, glass and metal containers, and plastic bottles. We'll take care of the rest. And there's a lot to take care of. Once the recyclables are sorted and baled, they're trucked, shipped, and sent by rail to a number of manufacturers in your own backyard and around the world who use these valuable raw materials in the production of new materials. Paper, textiles, and steel mills, factories, and manufacturing plants of consumer and industrial goods rely on recycled materials to create their products. Once the recyclables arrive, they're melted, crushed, or shredded to fit their new purpose. And there are countless things that you use and buy every day that owe their existence to recycled materials. Plastic soda bottles are remanufactured into brand new soda bottles and dozens of other products, including t-shirts, tennis shoes, and carpets. Much of the newspaper, mixed paper, and cardboard you recycle returns as paper, including boxes, tissue paper, and paper towels. Milk jugs and detergent bottles will come back as new containers, playground equipment, and park benches. You will find recycled aluminum and steel in beverage and food cans, as well as planes and electronics, and recycled steel in ships and paper clips, all because Joe and you picked the blue bin. Recycling really does go a long way, and it all starts with you. The next time you're faced with a decision about where to throw your trash, make a conscious choice to recycle what you can. Here are a couple of tips to make it easier. Start by posting the city's calendar and recycling instructions on your refrigerator or other common place. Don't worry about washing cans, jars, and bottles or removing labels before you recycle them. Just empty them out. You don't need to remove windows from envelopes or staples from papers. Just put them right in your own recycling bin inside, so when you go out to the big bin, the recyclables are already separated. Your inside bin can be anything you want it to be: a grocery store bag, a paper bag, a plastic or metal bin you buy from the store. The whole point is it's conveniently located where you need it. Consider placing an in-house recycling container next to your in-house trash can. Then you can take both of them to your outside trash and recycling containers at the same time. If you don't have curbside recycling service, you can take your recycling to a park and recreation center in your neighborhood. Recyclables collected at the center provide extra funding for park and recreation activities. Eventually, recycling paper, cans, cardboard, and bottles will become second nature, and that's a great way to start putting San Diego's future first. Sure, it might look like a bottle and a can here, a magazine and junk mail there, but when you and Joe do recycle, it sets an example, and the next thing you know, his neighbor will start recycling, and their friends and their neighbors, and your friends and your neighbors. Good choices add up and benefit the environment when everyone gets involved. Remember, just like Joe, every little choice you make adds up to a big impact on the way we live in San Diego. So think about recycling as just another part of our lifestyle. Like going to the beach, hiking local mountains, and enjoying the water that surrounds us. Protect our way of life for future generations. Recycle. If you and Joe tell your neighbors, your coworkers, and your friends to do the same, San Diego will remain America's finest city. It's about recycling, and it all starts with you. For more information, call 858-694-7000 or visit the City of San Diego Environmental Services Department website.